It is officially springtime. You guys, we made it through another winter season. We made it. I don't know about you, and I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I have recently found myself struggling to breathe. The last couple of days, it's actually gotten better, but it was so bad about a week ago. I was so struggling. I actually called my grandmother because I felt my equilibrium was off, and I was driving around town, and I got out of the car and I felt myself almost fall over, like my equilibrium was off. And then I felt like pressure in my head, like I just could not understand what it was. And I have a history of really terrible migraines. I felt a headache coming on, and so I hopped in the shower, and by the time I got out of the shower, the headache dispersed, like it went away. And that is very, very uncommon for my migraines. So it kind of led me on this journey to figuring out what this was, because I was struggling with the sniffles, the runny nose. I had a sore throat for like a couple of days. I had a headache kind of on and off, but it wasn't like complete flu-like symptoms. I had like a baby minor tiny fever for like a day. It was like 100.2, and then so I went to sleep, did all the things, woke up the next day, and the fever was gone, but the congestion was still there, and it kind of progressively got worse over the next couple of days, and now I think I'm on the tail end of it. However, I have no history of struggling with sinuses, with pollen, with allergies, or anything spring related, if that makes sense. I thought that it would be so fitting to share with you a couple of sinus relief recipes. I was unofficially diagnosed with a sinus infection. I called my mom, I called my grandmother, and they both said, it sounds like you have a sinus infection. It sounds like you need antibiotics. I was trying to get to the hospital, or I was trying to get to urgent care, but I never made it. And so I just kind of had to do the natural thing, right? So I also wasn't really a fan of getting put on antibiotics, but I was really in a desperate situation of needing to breathe. You understand me? Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have found yourself like me and you maybe don't struggle with sinus infections, or maybe you do, I thought that these two juice recipes would be so perfect and so fitting to be able to help with some of that relief. What I will say off top is ginger is always going to be a really good friend, a really good addition to anything inflammatory. And sinus pressure in this region right here is always inflammatory. Something is not acting right. So whatever you decide to drink, add ginger to it, it automatically makes it an anti-inflammatory. You understand? Okay, so today we have two recipes. So the first recipe is carrot, green apple, orange, and ginger, of course, okay? I told a tale. We're actually gonna start with the other recipe first, because if you watched my last video, which you can find here up in the cards, if you watched my last video, you know that I'm big on maintaining the color integrity of the juices. The juice that I just described to you is darker in contrast. So we're actually gonna start with the lighter contrasting juice first. That way we don't over pigment our next juice, right? We don't mess up the integrity of the juices. So we have pineapple, we have oranges, we have cucumbers, we have ginger, okay? So let's juice this first and see about a taste test, okay? Remember, the exact measurements and ingredients are listed in the description box below for your reference. The yield amounts are approximate depending on the size, season, availability, and all the things, but feel free to go check that out for the juice recipes. All right, bottoms up. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is good. This is very good. Okay. I like it. I like it. Okay. All right, so let's talk about it. So the first thing that I can say is this juice is very crave-worthy, very delicious. I would rate this juice a 5 out of 5. It has a spicy kick to it, a little bit of tart from the lime, but then it finishes with a sweet aftertaste. So it's really, really good, super delicious. It's honestly, I make a, on my menu, I actually have a wellness shot called the Sunshine Immune Fighter. It tastes very similar to that. Even though it has the cucumber in it, and even though it has the lime in it, my recipe doesn't have those, but this tastes very similar to that. It's got like that strong, spicy taste to it. It's got a tartness to it, but then it has like the sweet aftertaste, which is what you want. You can taste that citrus very heavy, very strong in the oranges and in the pineapple. Super, super good. As far as ingredient simplicity with this juice, I definitely give this juice a 3 out of 5 because there is a little bit of moderate prep required for this juice. It has 5 ingredients, yes, and every one of the ingredients requires something. I would say 4 out of the 5 ingredients require something. Do you peel your ginger? I do not. Do you cut your ginger? I do. Are you using multiple pieces of ginger? I was. So I cut my ginger up, but then I end up putting, so you might want to just put maybe one 3-inch thumb of ginger in there instead of cutting it up like I did and just putting like, you know, multiple pieces of ginger. Anyway, then you have your cucumbers that you want to peel because they have that waxy layer. And then you also have your oranges that you want to peel so that you avoid that super bitter taste of the orange peel. Especially in the cuvings, you don't have to peel your fruit and vegetables, but I just really advise that you do. And same thing with the pineapple, you don't have to peel it, but I just really advise that you do. Otherwise, really make sure that you wash all those things good. As well as, I'll just tell you, my oranges had a rotten or moldy orange in there. So I really wanted to get that layer off and just do away with all that instead of having to make sure I cleaned it. I did clean them, but I just wanted to get that extra layer off, right? So just give yourself, I would say give yourself another maybe like 20 minutes or so to prep the ingredients ahead of time. If you don't have that, then you might want to break it up into 2 sessions. Other than that, I definitely think that this recipe is very manageable because it's not hard to source ingredients. It's things that you're going to either have at home already or be able to easily, readily find when you go to the grocery store. As far as health issues and like a specific focus, this juice is very targeted or very health specific. I would say it's going to help increase your vitamin C, which is great for immunity, which is when it comes to sinus infections, the one thing that I do know, I don't know much as I'm actively learning through my own, but the one thing that I do know is the infection piece comes whenever your body is trying to fight off bad bacteria. So it's good to get an infection because it means that your immune system is not suppressed. It means that your body is working actively. You have to you have to naturally go through those phases as it builds that immunity. So this juice is very targeted or health focused for that upper respiratory support. It's gonna be good for like head colds. It's gonna be good for all that. As far as drinkability, this juice is actually gonna be really smooth going down. It's not gritty, it's not pulpy. I didn't strain it. I am very much making this for my family, and actually for myself, to be honest with you, but the kids will probably drink some. At least one of them will. Anyway, the juice has a very smooth finish to it. It doesn't have pulpiness, but it is spicy. So I would definitely give this juice a 2 out of 5 just for the fact that it's got a super strong spice, which I personally love, but I know some people do not, and I definitely want to caution you that it might be too spicy, or it might be something that you want to grow your taste buds for if you're not really a spicy fan, if you don't like ginger, or if you are new to juicing altogether. I would say this juice is for the person that has allergies, pollen sensitivities, sinuses, head colds, anything in those categories, respiratory issues. I think that this juice is going to be very, very, very supportive for those things, and I highly recommend that. As far as when to drink this juice, me personally, I think you can drink it all day long. I personally prefer, you know, especially if you're trying to decrease a bacterial infection inside of your body, it's good to kind of put the better source in your body, so you can drink it a little bit all day long. You can take, you know, I think this juice is perfect, especially when you're actively fighting off something. You're not necessarily in the bed like the flu. It's like, well, let me just take it really quick and go lay down. With this one, you're actively moving around, you're still going about your day. I definitely think that this juice is meant to be consumed all throughout the day. But if you, at bare minimum, I would say consume this first thing in the morning. It has its benefits. Or let it be the last thing that you put in your body at night before you get ready to lay down, shut down, and do those things, okay? As far as sensitivities with this juice, I would not put this juice in the low sugar category. I think this one is this one's moderately sweet. Again, that spiciness is going to kind of counteract some of that sweetness. It's got more of a sweet aftertaste. It's not really sweet going down initially, but that sweet aftertaste. But I definitely would put this in the hot because it has pineapple in it, and it has those oranges in it. I definitely think that it's a little bit higher in sugar, but those cucumbers and those cucumbers help to calm it down a little bit. So I think this juice can go in any category pretty much as far as body systems. I think this juice is great for muscle recovery. I think this juice is great for cardiovascular, definitely for cardiovascular health and digestive support, anti-inflammation. This juice is really just a great addition all around. So you'll be able to find this juice and many others like it in my playlist on the channel here. So I hope that you enjoyed this juice. So that is it for our first juice. Let's go on to our second flavor.